Hey gang, I'm out here at the house, and Ian was right. He texted with me the other day and said they're going to be roughing in plumbing, and they're definitely roughing in plumbing and getting ready for foundation. Now that they've roughed in the plumbing, that'll be inspected by the county, of course. Okay, and then they'll bury all the pipes once all that's inspected. Then they put the moisture barrier over and they prep it for slab. That's also inspected by the county as well before they pour the foundation. Okay, so most of the inspections on a house are happening prior to sheetrock, if that makes sense. After that, there's a few inspections for finishing, but county doesn't care about cabinets. They care about what makes your house safe and functional. So anyway, other than that, let's take a peek around. Ian did say that they're shooting for Friday to Saturday to pour a foundation for you. Okay, so they've got a lot of the rough in. We'll go over on some of the pieces and parts that they're doing with that. But real quick, while I'm standing here, you've seen the form boards. You know that's the edge of your foundation, essentially, correct? But at the edge of the foundation, this is where your footers are, okay? And they go down between 8 and 12, depending on 8 and 10, depending on the house and the size. And that's a taller piece of concrete, if you will, to the top of the form board. Okay, and that's the edge of your foundation. And it goes around the entire perimeter of your house, and the rebar, the half-inch rebars, to make it stronger. And certain places within the house as well, depending if there's a bearing wall or however the engineering is for each house, there might be some within the house as well. Okay, it just depends on the weight and how they've engineered the wall systems and stuff like that. So all this is inspected, of course, by the county. Now, we call these a monolithic pour. Mono meaning one, okay? One pour, footers, foundation, footers all the way around, all at one pour, okay? So that's gonna be happening towards the end of the week, into the weekend, as far as Ian knows. Just depends on how inspection periods, if they pass the first time, if they don't have to tweak something, all that sort of thing. So it could be a day or two either way. Okay, so let's take a little walk around. I'm going to try to stay off all their hard work. All right, and you see lots of different pipes. All right, I don't want to push, in case they still need to be inspected, I don't want to push dirt in on things. Okay, so we'll just kind of stay right here. Okay, we've got some larger pipes, some smaller pipes. As you can see, these are your water pipes, the smaller ones that'll be under pressure once they get this, and it may be it's probably under pressure right now. But those are your inbound, your hot and your cold. Then of course you have your drain lines, your toilet, usually your big ones here, of course your toilets, your 4-inch lines, and then of course the water for your toilets. But you'll see your inbound lines you'll come into the house and at 1 inch and 3/4 inch and so on, and then when they go to the point of usage, like a sink, like this is a sink, at the point of usage they'll go down to a 1/2 inch. That way you get volume and pressure throughout the entire house. Okay, so what else? And of course we know water comes into your house under pressure. Sewage, wastewater, sinks, showers, tubs, whatever, dishwashers, all that leaves by gravity. Okay, so, and one more thing, when they have pipes that run over the top of each other, or where they pass through a footer like this, they'll wrap them with foam rubber, and it keeps vibrations down, like you see here. Let me step down their trench here real quick. See where those pipes pass over the top of each other? It keeps vibration down. I know it's in concrete, or it's actually below the slab, so they want to make sure that it doesn't vibrate and wear away the pipes. That's why they put the foam rubber there. Okay, then you got drain lines, you can see, and they're all interconnected. So as you can see over here, where you got a 3/4 line going down to a 1/2 inch line, so you're bringing volume to the area but putting pressure at the specific location where that pipe goes. Okay, so again, getting volume and pressure throughout the whole house. Okay, so as you can see, the whole house has been prepped, and again, I'm not sure if they've had their rough inspection yet, but as soon as they do, this will all be buried. All right, so there's a drain line there for a toilet. That's for a toilet. Okay, you see more where the lines go over the top of each other. You got the foam rubber. Okay, so you got your double sinks there. So, and if we go all the way to the back of the house, here we go. Climb over all the dirt. You see more footer with the rebar. And you notice they set it up off the ground a little bit. They have those little stands they set on, because you don't want the rebar down on the dirt. One, it doesn't strengthen the concrete. Then with the concrete that was they poured in there, they want it to wrap all the way around, so their rebar is in the middle of the concrete. Okay, or at least up off the ground. It doesn't have to be in the middle, but it has to be up off the ground, because if it's on the ground, it serves no purpose. Okay, also part of your what they call the structural pour, which is your foundation, right, is two things: your garage and your patios. This is your patio here, and that's all going to be part of your structural pour. That'll be poured at the same time as the foundation itself. And of course, they got the footer and the rebar going around the outside of that as well. Okay. Your garage the same way. Now, if you have a concrete driveway, lead walks, things like that, outside of the physical house itself, those are what they call free pours, and they'll pour that after or when they get to a certain point in the building process. Okay. So there you go. There's your house. It's all roughed in plumbing, and next thing we should see is a foundation. Okay. All right. Any questions or comments? Give me a shout. We're here for you, and we'll keep on moving, guys.